Hello there, my name's Annette with Sunbeam Fabric Art. Welcome to my channel. I haven't made much progress at all on my fat quarter stash, which is sitting here on a shelf it doesn't belong on. I got a 42 fat quarter bundle for Christmas and I have used all of that up. Now it's time to look at what I've got in the front and the back of this group. I went through the whole fat quarter stash that you saw there, and here is what I have picked out today. I've got 5 green and 5 blue fat quarters and just a few 2.5 inch white strips. The first thing I'm going to do is go through and press all these fat quarters flat, and while I'm doing that I'm cutting off that selvage edge. I've been saving my selvages for little crumb projects. I'm going to be cutting my fat quarters to a set size, but first I need to compare them all to see what size I'm going to be cutting, and that is determined by the smallest fat quarter. Based on the smallest size of fat quarter, I'm going to be folding each fat quarter in half. I'm going to cut off the fold to get a straight edge. Then I'm going to be using lines on my cutting mat to get 2 rectangles that measure 9 inches by 17 inches. First, I folded the fabric in half and I made a straight cut, just cutting off that tiny sliver of the fold. I lined up that straight edge with the 0 mark line on my cutting mat. Then using my long ruler, I lined up that edge on the 9 inch mark at the top and the bottom of the mat and made a straight cut. Next, I turned the cutting mat sideways. I cut a nice straight edge on the right hand side. Then I flipped the unit around, lined up the 0 inches line on the left, and lined up my ruler top to bottom on the 17 inch mark. Now I have 2 rectangles that measure 9 inches by 17 inches. I'm using 10 fat quarters, so that's going to get me 20 rectangles, and I will lay those out in a 4 by 5 block pattern. Now that I know my rectangles are 17 inches long, I'm going to take 10 of my white 2.5 inch jelly roll strips, and I'm going to cut 17 inch lengths. I'm lining these up on the left so that the selvage edge hangs over that 0 inch line. Once I had a few strips lined up, I used my ruler to cut a straight edge on the left right on that 0 inch mark. Next, I moved my ruler over to that 17 inch mark on the cutting mat and made that cut. And I've got the pieces left from the fold that will go into my scrap bin. I did go ahead and press those folded strips, and here are the other strips cut-offs from these 10 fat quarters. I'm going to bundle those all up together. I think they would look cute together in a little crumb project I've got in mind. Now I've got 20 rectangles and 20 white strips. I'm going to chain piece those together. Once I broke the chain for this first group, I started putting pairs together. I'm pairing up a blue with a white strip with a green with a white strip. Once I got the pairs put together, then I joined 2 pairs with 2 other pairs and still going blue, white, green, white, blue, white, green, white. Now I did make a mistake here and I'll tell you about it in just a little bit, but I wanted to talk about putting the 2 rows together. Row 1 is going to have the blue on the left. For row 2, I'm going to flip it around the opposite way, so the blue will be on the right-hand side. There's just a little bit of matching here, not a lot. You could definitely use a clip or a pin to hold everything in place until you get it to the sewing machine. I'm going to speed through putting these rows together for you. I should have laid these blocks out before I started stitching them together. When I did lay them out, I realized my quilt was too narrow and too long, so it should have been a little bit wider and a little less long. I took apart the extra row that made it too long, and I stitched those blocks end to end instead. And here's a look at that quilt laid out on the floor before I stitched it back together. Those 4 extra blocks that you see at the bottom of your screen, I'm going to make sure and flip the blue blocks the opposite way and stitch those 4 blocks end to end, and then I'll add that row to the quilt. And by video magic, it's instantly pressed and laid out on the floor correctly. I really love the blues and the greens together. Now just keep in mind, this pattern you could use anything with, like layer cakes or charm packs. Just by throwing on that white strip on the side or some other contrasting color, you can make all kinds of interesting patterns. Even with fixing my little mistake, this quilt actually only took 2 hours. I'm not kidding. It was very fast and easy. This finished quilt top measures 53 inches by 66 inches. I hope you'll leave me a comment and let me know if you've ever made this quilt. The last time I made this quilt, I made it in bright pinks and purples, and it was gorgeous. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you back again real soon.